my name is Healing Honey if it's your first time here. So today let's talk about feminine energy, and I really want to focus on surrender. When we hear the word surrender, so many things can come to your mind. Like, what comes to your mind? Honestly, in the world that we're living in, you might feel like it's something that's weak, but it actually means that you're strong, and surrendering is considered a feminine trait. So the world that we're living in, there's a lot of masculine energy on earth, and that's all about doing and building. But feminine energy is more about being and flowing. You want to learn how to surrender. So the world might label it as weak, but it actually creates strength. So when we think about the word surrender, a lot of times you might think of the white flag that's being waved, giving up, weak. But surrendering means being able to let go. And this is a beautiful thing to learn, especially as women, because it's going to create so much ease in your body. So when I think about surrendering, it's about letting go, and you can learn to release. This is your feminine energy. Being able to rise above a situation, let it go. When we think about letting go, it can be like letting go of a pattern, letting go of a behavior, an old habit, shifting your identity, like letting something go that you've held on to for a while, a concept, an idea, and surrendering to change really is what it is, or to the circumstance, surrender. And so in a way, this is so powerful, right? It's not weak. It's learning about acceptance and, again, letting your body be at ease. So surrendering is all about letting go and going with the flow, releasing things, letting things go, outdated beliefs. And change can be hard, but it's possible. And that's you being in your feminine energy when you throw your hands up and you surrender to what life is teaching you, the next level of your life, or even just a circumstance of acceptance. Because if you think about the man archetype or the masculine, they're so strong, right? And not controlling, but they are the leader. The masculine energy is like the leader, and they're making the rules, they're saying how it is. And then the feminine energy is going with that flow, surrendering. And I even think about in relationships, women have been taught through religion about submission, and there's a lot of truth in that, meaning surrendering, because surrendering in relationships is about working together and allowing the masculine to lead. It doesn't mean just listen to your husband every single time and what you have to say doesn't matter, but it just means ease. And that's the feminine energy. A man or a woman can tap into it, flowing, easy, allowing, right? And so this is something that we have to learn how to practice, because the world that we're in is domineering, controlling, power grab. It's off balance. There's so much masculine energy and we forget about our feminine. And so sometimes it's not that you just want to surrender all the time, but it's that surrendering will help you. It's part of feminine energy. When we're rigid, if we are stuck, that's the opposite of surrendering. It's not just about letting go, surrendering to a situation and letting things be. It also means letting go and releasing your grip, releasing your grip on a situation. Depending who you are out there, this can be so tough to do. For me, this is something I've been learning in my life, and it helps me tap into my feminine energy, which of course is going to feel just natural to me because I am a woman. When we're doing life, a lot of times we want to control the outcome, control circumstances, control life. We're co-creating our life, so we do have so much power, but it's about balance. yes, do, but also be and allow. Doing is the masculine, allowing and being is the feminine. And so we have to learn to surrender and release control. Release our grip. Release trying to force things to be a certain way. And this goes for anything in life. This is you tapping into your feminine energy. And why I wanted to create this for you guys is because in my own life, I've recognized that, wow, Sash, when I can release my grip on life, this is the universe. This is me creating a deeper relationship with the universe, okay? Because there's only so much we can do. Remember, balance. We're striving, we're putting forth our best effort, setting our intentions and working our butts off, but at the same time, the surrender. There's only so much we can do. Allowing God, source, to do the rest. And releasing feels so good. It allows you to just relax into life, and it creates faith, because faith is like a muscle that you have to build. Faith is not just a belief. Faith is a practice. And how you practice building your faith is by trusting in the unseen, trusting in the unknown, trusting in the universe, trusting in source. Even when you can't prove it, there's no hardcore evidence, but you feel it, right? So this is your feminine energy, is the feelings, your intuition, and more of the mystical side of life, the unseen, the darkness, right? You're feeling through a dark room, you're trusting, and you are deepening a relationship with source. You're creating faith when you surrender to a circumstance in your life. And also acceptance, because sometimes in these human avatars, we can really feel like we know what's best. And again, try to control things. But being in your feminine energy means also acceptance, because things that are unfolding in your life are happening in divine order. There's a rhyme, there is a reason, but we can't always see it. And again, it comes back to faith, and so how deep is your faith? How deep is your love for source? And again, like when I was religious, from my experience, it was more just like a concept. Faith was like, oh yeah, you're supposed to have faith, but practicing it means like this true relationship. Instead of fighting against life, flowing with life. You want to flow with the water. You do not want to try to fight against the water, because you might lose that way. What I've found is that things always end up working out, but also for your highest good. So when you can release control, you are trusting the universe. When you can release control, you're surrendering. When you can release control, things are going to unfold better for you than you could have seen at the time. We don't always understand why things are happening, but that's surrender. And that is a feminine trait. So whether you're a man watching this or a woman watching this, we want to practice our feminine energy. And so another way that we can practice surrendering is surrendering to our feelings, okay? And I love talking about feelings on this channel because so many of us numb our feelings, or we're afraid of our feelings, want to run away from our feelings. But you practice your feminine energy by being in tune with yourself and observing your feelings, right? Recognizing them, respecting them, honoring them, validating them, you to yourself. This is self-love. This is your feminine energy. How you feel, it matters. It's safe to feel. Being vulnerable, being intimate, being kind, gentle with yourself. However, just because you're feeling something, that doesn't mean you have to act from your feelings. Recognize that your emotions are signals, but they don't have to be, you don't have to follow them. There's signals for what's happening in your body, but you still have a choice as to how you respond to your feelings. Like, instead of reacting, because emotions are so powerful, so powerful. So like, let's say you're angry or you feel passionate, whatever it is. Honoring your feelings doesn't mean you have to move from your feelings, basically. And so this is you tapping into your feminine energy and surrendering to feelings, allowing them. Because feminine energy and surrender is about allowing, making space. Oh, I feel this way. It's okay. Oh, I'm in a bad mood right now. Oh, this made me mad. Okay. But that doesn't mean you have to react. React and be like, oh, you made me mad. Da, 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 da. You know? And so, especially women, oh my gosh, especially women. Since the world's tailored for a man, a lot of times we can imitate men when it comes to emotions, behavior, mannerism. The culture is around men, okay? And for women, we've been left with like, oh, be super promiscuous, or like there's this just negative images in the world, like negative portrayals of masculine, feminine. And so that's why on this channel, I just want to bring like love and understanding, like light to these topics, because we have to learn about them. We don't have to be like a man. We can be tapped into our feminine energy, and men too. It's safe to find balance. And so surrender is one of these things. And ladies, when you come across a man who is able to balance his masculine with his feminine, it's extremely attractive, because harmony, balance, like balance. And we're in Libra season. Balance, it's incredibly magnetic, and all of us as different souls, we want to get to this place. And so we are embedded with the masculine energy because it's everywhere, but feminine energy, this is something we have to learn about. It's interesting because when I look back at like one of my videos, I think from 3 years ago, when I see those videos, I was just so in my masculine, but not knowing it, not conscious of it, not aware of it. And women, I know so many of us can relate, because guess what? If you're a single parent, you're trying to hold it down, right? Clean up the house and pay the bills and be the mom and be soft, strong, and everything. Like, if you're a single parent, this video is for you. Like, woman watching this, or man, like, even just if you're in corporate, like the way the world is, competitive, masculine driven, or, you know, we're in a capitalistic society, so it's about like who's number one, going to the top, and all of this, so much money, and like doing, who's gonna build the tallest skyscraper and like race the fastest car, NASCAR, or run the fastest race, boxing, like tough. And so I had to learn that it was safe to be in my feminine. I had to learn what it was to be in feminine energy, and then learn how to embody it and embrace it. And as a woman, it just feels so good. And so that's what I wanted to share about surrendering. So surrendering, like letting go. Yes, giving up, but not in a weak way. Allowing, letting go, letting myself change, letting myself grow, letting myself be. Accepting my feelings. What are my feelings? Oh, I feel great. Oh, I feel not great. Oh, you know, I'm excited. Like allowing. So letting go, and then letting go, releasing control, letting it be. You guys, I was watching this movie last night. It's so crazy. I saw it when I was a little kid with my mom. It's called Not Without My Daughter. It's an old school movie, I think from the 80s or early 90s, with Sally Field. And it's a true story about an American woman who was married to an Iranian man, and they ended up going to, I think, Iran. I'm pretty sure, you have to check it out, but it's kind of trippy. Like, don't watch it with your kids for sure. Anyway, she gets held captive there. Her husband doesn't want to bring her back. He wants to like become Muslim and live out their life. And it's a true story out there in Iran. So she's like, I didn't agree to this, but then women have no rights. Since she's married, she has no rights to be able to come back to America. And she has a daughter. They have a daughter. And so anyways, things start getting intense, and his family is in on it. Everybody is like, no, you're not leaving. So they kind of like, she becomes like a hostage in the situation. And I'm bringing this up to you because he was like, it was getting crazy. And she was like afraid of him at this point. She couldn't leave. And so one part of the movie stood out to me. Like, she was like in her nightgown And he came in and I was like, what's going on? Like, why is she, is she going to like, she stepped into her feminine energy instead of trying to fight back, right? Because that's more aggressive, that's more the masculine. Instead of trying to step up to him and tell him how it's going to be and all of this, she stepped into her feminine. And it's not about seducing, it could be, but it's more about just like ease, allowing, and flow. She went with the flow. She spoke softly. She was coming from a nurturing place, a loving place. She was in her feminine. She surrendered. Not that she agreed, but she allowed herself to surrender, and that won him over as far as like, now they were able to communicate, that now they were able to like make progress in their situation that they were in. And there's so much more to the movie, but that one part made me think like, wow, the power of feminine energy, the power of surrender. So surrender's not weak, like surrendering is powerful. Ooh, it's powerful. The last thing I want to talk about is receiving, allowing yourself to receive. So surrendering, because again, ladies, we have to put what are those things called? We got to put the swords down. You know, I know it's tough out here sometimes, and the way society has been structured, like everything leading up to this very moment in your life could have taught you that it's not safe to be in your feminine and that you have to constantly be on edge and be on guard. Pay attention to your body. This is what I do. Notice, like, are you carrying tension? You know, and just allow yourself to be. Because again, with the masculine energy, it's all about constantly striving on to the next one, building, shooting straight to the top. But feminine, it's about allowing yourself to be. Put down the to-do list. Like, put down all the things that you supposedly have to get done by this time and just allow yourself to be. There's nothing to do, and don't feel guilty, don't feel bad, don't feel lazy. Because that's how feminine energy can be portrayed, but there's reasons behind that. They want you on edge, and that's why there's anxiety and people are having panic attacks and all types of crazy stuff in the world. They tell you to go take some crazy pill at the doctors to calm you down, and people get addicted to prescription pills and all types of crazy stuff. When instead we could learn about feminine energy, learn to surrender to our feelings, learn to let things go, learn to have acceptance, learn to trust life, learn to trust God, and just be. Oh wow, you're just being, and you're enough, and you just are, and it's okay, you know. And so we give so much, but we have to learn to receive. Learn to receive help. It's okay. Like, that's something I've been learning in my life. And we can release so many blockages, like energetically, when we tap into our feminine energy. Heal our chakras and just allow, give and receive, and not be closed off. Okay, because the truth of the matter is that when I didn't know about my feminine energy, I was just trying to do it all and closed off to receiving. And so when you tap into your feminine, you open yourself to receiving. You can literally open and tell the universe and know and that you're worthy of beautiful things, help and assistance, and just living. Like, you're enough to just live. Like, you don't have to go do all these things that the world tells you. You can, and it's beautiful. Balance your feminine with your masculine, but you are already enough as you are. Like, you've done enough by just being alive. Like, you woke up today, congratulations, you're enough. Like, you're amazing. You're a miracle, miraculous, divine expression. You are enough already. Like, and so feminine energy is about being, allowing, receiving, taking it in. You're worthy. It's okay. You know, and then balancing that with the giving. So life is all about constant flow, constant balance, like for eternity, right? And so that's what I want to share with you guys about feminine energy. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, so much power on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.